Good afternoon, dear listeners, and welcome on Spécial, your weekly economic insight program on Season Media Radio, where we break down complex financial issues into practical knowledge that empowers you. I am your host, Fu William, as usual, and today we are diving into a topic that is quietly transforming one of the oldest financial industries in the world: insurance. For many people, insurance still means paperwork, long queues, complicated contracts, and sometimes frustration during claims. But the industry is changing. Digital platforms, mobile technology, and artificial intelligence are reshaping how risks are assessed, policies are sold, and claims are paid. So what does this mean for you, the entrepreneur, the worker, the business owner, or the student? To help us unpack this transformation, I am joined today by Mr. Ashu Akepe. He is a certified insurance technician and customer relations officer at Shanas Assurance, and of course, being a seasoned professional in the insurance sector, it is a pleasure having him. Good day, Mr. Ashu, and welcome on Season Media Radio.
Good day, William, and good day to all your listeners worldwide. It is a pleasure having me on your radio this afternoon. I think it should be my first time.
Exactly.
So I wish that this 2026 will have more interactive programs so that together we edify the public on what insurance truly is, what is to be done to get insured, and what to be done whenever we are making a claim.
What to be done to get insured and what to be done whenever we are making a claim. Let us begin with the basics. How would you describe the status quo of the insurance industry in our country, Cameroon?
Well, I wouldn't like to say it is the status quo. It is dynamic, although slow. The insurance penetration in Cameroon is very slow, and there are a lot of factors that account for that slow penetration. Today we count less than 5% insurance penetration.
Yes.
Meaning we still have 95% of the virgin market to be exploited. Okay, so that's why I say I don't want us to think of it as a status quo. And as I said earlier, there are a lot of factors that are contributing to this slow development.
For instance, the informal economy.
For instance, the informal economy. Our economy is greatly influenced by the informal sector. Exactly. The informal sector actually don't want to be identified. If you are not identified, you cannot be insured. Insurance companies don't work with people who are not identified. There are basic information we need to get. In your introduction, you talk about digitalization. I know digitalization is based on data. When data is not available, even digitalization cannot proceed successfully. So those are some of the problems we have with insurance in Cameroon. Difficult to identify your clients. Yeah. Okay. There's also a social, a cultural problem. There's also a cultural problem that so many people are living on belief. Okay. There is God. God protects me. When people with those type of mindset, it becomes very difficult to tell them about insurance. All of us, we know we are going to die, but nobody want to talk about death. It is only in Black Africa where people consider planning about your death is a taboo, whereas it is a reality. You understand? So insurance work on uncertainty. We know it will happen, but we don't know when it will happen. But if it should happen, what are the dispositions to take? If you have an accident that incapacitates you, what will you do after that? An insurer is different from a banker. A banker is there when things are going well. A banker sees evidence. He gives you money. But an insurer is there when what is supposed to serve as a collateral is no longer there. We only come when our client is in distress. That is when our service begins. So that is what makes us different with the bank.
So are you saying that these issues constitute the major challenges the insurance sector
They are some of them. There's legislation.
That's the policy part of it.
There is the policy part of it. There's a legislation that has not been so, because in normal circumstances there are so many policies that need to be made obligatory. So many people take automobile insurance today because it has been made obligatory. If it wasn't obligatory, they will not go for it. Okay? So there are so many policies today that need to be made obligatory, and that has to forcefully pass through the legislation. For example, the fire insurance. Remember, it is fire That is at the beginning, the origin of insurance.
Yeah.
Because a certain fire incident occurred in London that consumed more than 20,000 houses. That is what pushed. And after that, it was adventure. In the early days, it was the only means to connect the world was through maritime transport.
Yeah.
And maritime insurance started just as I will look for a simple word to put it, just as a shorty. I am going for an expedition. If I don't come back,
this is what you do.
This is what's going to happen. You understand? So policies like fire are supposed to be made obligatory. Once you construct a house, once you set up a business, you must take a fire insurance because we are too exposed. Look at what happened to Boya the other day.
Recently, exactly.
You see, in Douala, it is almost on a daily basis. In Yaoundé, so those type of policies, health policy, was supposed to be obligatory. Every employer is supposed to provide a health policy for its workers. The informal nature of our economy, exactly. The actors don't want to be identified.
Sometimes the actors actually want to be identified, but the process is lengthy.
Well, I will allow those who are responsible for that process to respond, okay? But for the list I know, with the little advancement of digitalization, it is on the contrary, the actors of the informal sector that don't want to be identified. There are so many platforms that when you set up a business, you can be identified. Today, the Minister of Finance is informing citizens to get identified, to get their taxpayer's number. It's still a problem.
A major problem.
It is still a problem. The fact that they are asking Cameroonians to declare their income.
Exactly.
You, a salary earner, at the end of the month, there are some taxes that your employer deduces from your salary. When they ask people to declare their income, especially for salarized workers, it is not for you to pay additional tax. No, it will help the government to verify if truly what your employer is deducing at the source is what they are actually deposited in the state's treasury. It also goes a long way for those who are not yet paying taxes, because everybody in the economy who generates income should pay for taxes. If they tell you that 75% of the economy is made of informal sector, it means those are the people who run the economy. And in that 75%, about 90% are not paying taxes. How do we think the state is going to run its affairs? Although, on the other hand, they will say, what they have been collecting, what are they doing with it? But that is another question of another day. Understand? So we all need to participate in the building of the economy.
So in as much as we are talking about participating in the building of the economy, the society, we are in a society where we are gradually being encircled by digital platforms, by the internet. How or what does digital insurance really mean in practical terms so far? Because every sector is being overtaken by the internet, overtaken by platforms, digital and so on and so forth. Insurance and digital platforms, what does it really mean? What would you say it means for the local or the basic Cameroonian in, I would say, maybe in Dikinimiki, in Womb, or why not here in Douala, who does not have access to the internet platforms?
Williams, a digitalization of insurance procedure was supposed to be a welcome process, both insurance companies and the customers. As you rightly put it, what is the rate of internet penetration in Cameroon? What is the rate of internet literacy in Cameroon?
Exactly.
You accept with me that it is not dependent on us, the insurer, to determine or to promote the internet literacy or penetration. We are working with what is existent. As I said earlier, if the rate of penetration was high and literacy also high, it will be on the advantage of the insurer and the insured, because it's going to dematerialize most of our processes: subscription, claim declaration, claim management. There is also of subscription, you fit in your information, you pay online, because today we have digital platform for payment.
Exactly.
Or the mobile money. You can do bank transfer easier today than yesterday. But today, so many people are still very refracted. And again, I come back to the legislation. We need a legislation that will permit us to begin an insurance process from start to end without any paperwork. Because today, when you're on the highway with your vehicle, take for example of automobile insurance, the police or the gendarme officer still wants you to present physical documentation. Even at times, we do insurance for a client, we scan and send to them. Some officers understand that you can be out of town and your policy expire, your insurer can fax or send a scanned copy of your policy. Some officers understand, but others are categorical because there is no legal platform that is permitting us. But with the insurance, a lot has been done already to digitalize our system. There are policies you can get from your home. For example, your travel insurance. From the comfort of your home, the comfort of your office, your insurance, travel insurance is delivered through your email address. You print and go wherever you want to go to, without necessarily coming to the insurance office. You do your subscription, you pay online, and we deliver online.
That is to say that customers now have the ability to buy policies entirely online?
Yes. For the company which I was China's Assurance, we have a digital platform where you have about 6 products you can successfully subscribe online in the comfort of your home. We have the automobile, you have transport, we have the comprehensive household policy. You can insure your home while sitting in your home on your Android tablet or iPhone. Everything is on. You have the accident policy, and there are other life insurance policies that you can equally subscribe online.
Now, do you think this digitalization, this online subscription reduces the cost of insurance?
Well, it reduces the cost. It reduces the cost of production, and reduces also the cost of acquisition. You are in Bonaberi, and you have to come to Bonanjo. The time you will take with the traffic, the risk of accident, the cost of transportation. You sit at the comfort of your home, you receive your policy. That is for the customer. For us, it's going to reduce paperwork.
Yeah, exactly.
When you reduce paperwork, it's reducing cost. And digitalization, automation also have this other aspect that it reduces workforce. If 100 of us have been hired to do this manually, if everything is digitalized, we might be 50 of us, the company is going to pay less, despite the fact that it's going to cause another economic problem of unemployment. Now it will depend on the orientation of the company. We want to dive towards digitalization. What are we going to do? Are we going to lay off the staff that is not digitally literate to employ digital literate, or are we going to do a transformational training so that we migrate our current staff to be digital literate? I believe with the presence of so many rights groups, even the personal representative, that is the second option that most companies will adopt to integrate, to vertically transform their already existing human resources to the contemporary realities. Because bringing in new staff who might not be even actors of the sector,
who don't
understand the operationalities, because you need to first of all understand the technical operationalities of insurance before you can successfully work on the digital platforms.
Yeah, that means you're trying to say that the insure technology is somehow going to or is already transforming the insurance sector. And now we are also confronted to this aspect of artificial intelligence that is also in recent years has gotten to the peak, or rather people are still saying it's going to still come up according to statistics. But now, how is this particular stuff of AI, that is the next technology, being used in insurance today? If at all, is it already being used? If yes, how is it being used?
Well, so many people talk of artificial intelligence being a new. I need to ask myself, how has the computer been functioning from its inception? It was based on artificial intelligence. It just transferring human knowledge. And that's automizing human knowledge.
Okay.
Because everything you ask has been, and it's based on data management. It is a certain data we have stored somewhere that is highly protected. It is on the basis of that AI and whatever place you want to give it functions. AI is being introduced in the insurance sector in Cameroon. It hasn't been, I cannot say it is already well seated. It is being introduced. And you know, we are moving from a manual operation to digital. For us to be successful with the use of AI in insurance, we must have a well-trusted database for close to 20 to 30 years. I mean, those things need to be well stocked for us to, because when we are adopting AI today, it will be for the future, and the future will depend on the present and the past. You understand?
I will get you.
So, some insurance companies are already quite advanced in digitalization of their process, while others are starting. That's why I say AI is being introduced in so many companies, but at different speed, because all the companies do not have the same capacity. The automobile insurance is even more advanced. Yes, it's even more advanced in digitalization, because we have a central body, ASAC, that manages automobile attestation. When they are printed, they make sure each of them is digitalized, put in a central system, and that is where all the companies get them. We are approaching that also with the health insurance in order to control consumption in the market. We could discover that there are companies that will come this year in company A, they consume. When they are asked to pay surplus, they go to insurance company B. So today they are trying to centralize the whole database such that if Williams comes to company A today and consume and is refusing to pay the surplus, when he goes to company B, company A should be able to detect that these guys are going to company B and inform them that these people are owing us this debt, so collect it from us. If they don't collect, our association says the company is supposed to pay us.
You're trying to say that with AI, we are going to be able in the insurance sector to detect fraud?
Sure. AI will help us in subscription, claim management, fraud detection.
Fraud detection, which is very vital in the insurance sector.
Very vital, because it is alarming even. We have fraud even in the health insurance when involving medical doctors. You know, it is very risky. When people like that are involved in fraud, it becomes very risky. So AI will be highly welcomed. It will be profitable for everybody, both the insurer and the insured.
Now, both the insurer and the insured, and the different positivities, the importance of AI, should we also limit ourselves only on the importance, or is insurance equally going to bring some sort of a risk, be it for the customer and equally for the insurer, or these are just limited to the importance of AI?
No, digitalization is not all about positive.
So what will be the associated risk of AI in the industry, the insurance industry in Cameroon, and why not in Africa as a whole?
Hacking.
Hacking, okay.
If your system is hacked, you are gone.
No, do you think the AI will not be that secure for the system? It's true that even though systems are being secured, hacking still carries on. But now, how practical would that be?
There is no zero risk.
Okay.
So, depending on how it will be done, if it is company by company, there will be huge investment on protection data. Without that, the system can be closed down in a second.
Okay.
So that is one of the major risks. The second risk, as I said earlier, it may come with loss of employment.
Loss of employment, yeah.
So consumer rights associations will have to rise up to define the rights of their members. As I said, for us, as a personal representative, if our company have to move from manual to digitalization to AI completely, we have to do everything to preserve, to protect the employment of the staff. except those who will not be in the capacity of migrating intellectually. Those are the people who can be laid off. But if people are disposed
and have
to migrate and will, the company is supposed to invest on them first before looking for new human capital.
And we are going to observe a break talking about the different opportunities, negativities that AI or artificial intelligence or digital platform is going to bring into the insurance sector. We are equally going to look forward into the future, the opportunities that these tools are going to present. But before that, we observe a break, and right after, we proceed with the Spécial Eco edition of the day. Welcome back, dear listeners. If you are just joining us, you're listening to Spécial Echo on Season Media Radio. Still with us is our guest of the day, Mr. Ashu Akepe, Certified Insurance Technician, Customer Relations Officer at Channels Assurance. The theme of the day, the future of insurance, digital, mobile, and AI. And of course, we have been talking about the different mechanisms, the different methods, the different ways AI, digital platform, digitalization is helping to change in a positive way the insurance sector. We have equally made mention of the negativities, but then now we are talking about the future and the opportunities that AI presents. Mr. Ashu Akepe, what will insurance look like in the next 5 to 10 years? According to statistics by the World Economic Forum, when we talk about job employment, for instance, over 90%, rather 80 to 90% of jobs are going to be eradicated as a result of AI. We did well to make mention of the fact that AI is equally going to have a negative impact in that aspect in the insurance sector. But now, how will the future look like from 5 to 10 years in the insurance sector? Not only making mention of AI, but the industry as a whole.
Well, in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll talk 5 to 10 years, good from 2026 to 2031.
2036
to 2036. There will be a highly digital and AI-driven sector. As I said, everybody, all the insurance companies are doing everything to go digital. And once you are stable on the digital platform, AI, the door of AI opens evidently. There will be mobile-first distribution, strong growth in health, micro insurance and non-life lines increase, because every day awareness, more and more companies are going in for health insurance. The insurance also, especially in our country, so much reflection is tilted towards micro insurance, that is insurance with soft premium. There will be heavy use of AI for fraud detection, underwriting and claims. There will be a stronger insurtech presence, challenging traditional insurers. And there will be a fall in the direct sales of insurance. What do I mean by direct sales? Because also in the commercial sector, we go in to look for customers. What we've noticed is that most groups of companies in the market today are either creating their insurance companies or brokerage firms. So more and more, that is how it is growing. So direct sales will become very complicated. That is why we are looking at micro insurance coming in stronger. More government-led digital infrastructure and regulation. More personalized products through data and telematics. That is how we see the insurance in the next 5 to 10 years. And
I believe our listeners are now getting a picture, a glimpse of what is actually they should be expecting in 5 to 10 years from now.
But in simple terms, we'll be moving from paperwork to digital presentation. For a given a concrete example with automobile insurance. At first, we used to have what they call vignette, windscreen license. It was a paper that you stick on your windscreen. Today it's no longer a paper. It is simply a stamp. It's an electronic stamp that is printed on your automobile insurance. So we have moved from a physical document to a merely a digitalized document
or system.
Voila. So in the next 5 to 10 years, that insurance attestation you are still receiving as a paper might no longer be there.
Yeah.
Let me say will no longer be there because it will simply be served to you in a digital form.
Now, what do you think will be the opportunities that are going to be made available for young entrepreneurs in the insurance sector or the insurtech?
No, opportunities will not be made for them. They are the ones to create those opportunities for traditional insurance companies to navigate in their platforms. Because they are the developers. What I'm saying here,
yes,
if there is any infotech technician listening to me, he or she must start thinking on how to propose solutions that would drive insurance companies from manual to digital.
Okay.
You understand? Today, we want automobile insurance to go 100% digital. What can they propose to us?
That's a pertinent
What
question.
can they propose to us? So they are the creators. They create and then get in contact with the organization that are controlling insurance activity and present to them. Once it is bought, we apply.
And so we believe the insurer or rather the startups are actually listening to us now.
No, the insurtech entrepreneurs are the proposers of the idea. It can come from us. Likewise, it can come from them.
Okay.
Because they follow the trends. You understand?
And yeah, actually
the commercial agents in a company go to the market, they bring information, and the marketers interpret and propose solutions to existing problems, not so,
exactly,
and propose product to answer existing opportunities.
And they are the ones to develop these ideas.
That is how it works. Yeah.
Perfect. So we are gradually signing out of the program for today. But one thing we have to understand first before we say bye-bye to our dear listeners is the type of insurance every young person, professional, should consider today. What would it be?
Well,
for instance, one who has just graduated from the university and is starting a new career, what type of insurance would he place a bid on?
After your birth certificate, your national identity card, the next document you should have should be an insurance policy.
Wow.
For example, an accident policy. We are all exposed while at home, on our way to work, in the office, while doing sports. Everywhere we are exposed to accidents. Accidents have 3 situations. You either come out injured, a dislocation or a fracture. We can come out of an accident invalid, unable to practice our usual occupation, and the worst of the case, we can come out of an accident dead.
Unfortunately.
You can have an accident policy from 15,000 francs annually to whatever amount you want to cover these 3 situations. The next is a professional liability. All of us were exposed to professional errors, and they are not forgiven. Some people go to prison for professional errors. So when you have a professional liability insurance, your insurance takes care for your legal proceedings and even pay damage on your behalf. In some sectors, it is obligatory, like the medical, the legal, they are obligatory. To open up a lab, a pharmacy, you need to have a professional liability insurance. To run a restaurant is obligatory, but so many don't have.
And some don't, they are not even aware of that.
They are not even aware. Others are aware, but when they come say, oh, we just need the paper to go and say, no, it's not the paper. That document covers you in case of food poisoning. A nurse in the hospital is supposed to have a professional liability insurance because taking care of people. An intravenous injection that is given in intramuscular, it can cause damage to a patient.
Exactly.
You are responsible for it.
And
Especially those who do daycare. Yeah. So we need accident policy, our professional liability policy, we need our life insurance policy. I said earlier that all of us know we are going to die. But to us, planning your death ahead of time seems a taboo, which is actually a reality. You should be able to say tomorrow, if it happens that I'm not there, my family, they should not bother my family members collecting money. I have left a certain fund, 2 million francs. And you will pay maybe an annual premium of 10 to 15,000 francs every year.
Per year, not month.
Per year.
Exactly. So we are talking about people not avoiding to pay, or rather get insurance, their insurance being covered by insurance. And we're equally making mention of those who maybe have paid, but in one way or the other face difficulty. So what mistakes should they avoid What mistakes are they making when buying insurance?
One of the greatest mistakes people commit when getting an insurance policy is that they are more concerned of how much they pay and not what they are paying for. Please always say, what am I paying this amount for? Not that this is expensive. There is no expensive nor cheap insurance policy. That's what I want people to understand.
It's neither expensive nor cheap.
It's neither expensive nor cheap. You pay what you request for. If you call me, if you send me your car documents, I will send you a proposition. Another company will send you a proposition with different prices. Don't tell me that these people are giving cheaper than. No, we are not giving you the same thing.
Different services.
It is the content. It is the content. Once the content does not suit with what you have suffered, insurance will not pay. And that is known from the beginning. The majority of those who complain that their claims are not being paid knew from the origin that when they will be did, they will not be paid.
Really?
They are just being dishonest.
So one final advice to our listeners.
Meet an insurance expert.
Meet an
insurance expert to get insured. Forget about family relationship.
Okay.
An insurer is there the day the whole world abandons you. An insurer is there the day all your property is gone. Whereas a banker is there when he sees your property as a shorty. Those are the differences.
I really think this has been an educational point, having to understand the insurance sector, having to understand the gradual installation of digitalization in the insurance sector, not just in Cameroon, but equally in Africa. And we want to say thank you very much, Mr. Ashu.
Thank you, Williams, for coming. I'll be happy to receive you again so that we push this exchange, maybe taking product by product. Insurance is so vast. We can't sit here to discuss everything
in 30 minutes, no.
But I believe if you make dedicated programs, we'll go a long way to educate the masses. We can take automobile. With automobile, we can say dissect it. We can decide to take accident, we'll dissect it. We can decide to take professional liability, as I discussed earlier, who and how it is gotten.
And we break them down.
Yeah, we'll break them down. It will be very important. It will be very important.
Exactly. And it is something we are going to see how to put into practice in the nearest future. We recall that you are a certified insurance technician, customer relations officer at Channels Assurance, Mr. Ashu Akepe. It is an honor to have you on Season Media Radio. And of course, insurance is no longer about paperwork. It is becoming faster, smarter, and more inclusive. The question is not whether the future is digital. The question is whether we are ready for it. So join us next week for another edition of Spécial, where we continue to decode the economy and empower you with knowledge. Until next time, stay informed, stay prepared, and stay economically aware. Season Media Radio, Season Media platforms. Keep on following, subscribe, and of course, be connected. Stay blessed. Bye-bye for now. It is William, Season Media Radio on Spécial.